Welcome to a Condition Nerd review of Dungeon Roll. Dungeon Roll is a 1 to 4 player push your luck game where each player takes their turn seeing how far they can advance in the dungeon over the course of 3 turns. Let's take a quick look at the components that come with the game. You have the Dungeon Roll box, which will store everything and is also used to place treasures inside of. You have experience points tokens, which are collected at the end of every delve. You have 7 white hero dice, 7 black dungeon dice, a 10-sided dungeon level die, a graveyard card, a dragon lair card, 8 character cards for you to select from, which are double-sided because they can be upgraded once you receive 5 or more experience points, and 4 player aid cards, which describe the tokens that you have and how each die is used to defeat the monsters. The first thing you do in Dungeon Roll is select one of the 8 character cards that you're going to use. I'm going to use the Mercenary for now. He has a specialty which allows him, when forming the party, you may re-roll any number of party dice, and he also has a calculated strike, which can be used once during each delve. If you turn it sideways, it allows you to defeat any 2 monsters. So to start, we make sure our dungeon number is on 1, since we're on the first level. We roll our 7 party dice. We have 2 champions, 2 scrolls, 2 thieves, and a mage. Champions can be used to defeat the same type of monster in a group. Scrolls allow you to re-roll any number of hero dice or dungeon dice. Thieves allow you to open any number of chests, and a wizard can defeat any monster, including any number of ghouls. So since we're on level 1, we're going to roll 1 dungeon die. We get a dragon. Once a dragon is rolled, it is immediately put into the dragon's lair. If at any point there are 3 or more dragons in the lair, you need 3 different heroes to defeat that dragon. But right now, we won't have to deal with it. We will press on to go to level 2, take 2 dungeon dice, let's roll. We have 2 skeletons. If we had a cleric, that 1 cleric would be able to defeat both of these skeletons, but unfortunately we don't. So we're going to need 2 heroes. Let's take a champion and let's take a thief. So they, after defeating the skeletons, are put into the graveyard. We still have enough dice left. Let's press on to level 3. We take 3 dungeon dice, roll them, another dragon, a goblin, and a potion. First thing we do, dragon goes into the dragon's lair. So we have a goblin and we have a potion. I could assign any one of my dice, including a scroll, to drink the potion, which allowed you to bring back one of my fallen heroes and select any face type that we'd like. But before we can do that, we first need to deal with the monster. So let's have the thief defeat the goblin. The thief goes into the graveyard. The goblin is done. And we will have the scroll drink the potion. And we will bring back, we'll take this die and we'll turn him into, let's turn him into a fighter. Okay, so we're done with level 3. Let's move on to level 4. We take 4 dice, roll. All right, we have 3 oozes and a skeleton. If you remember from what I said earlier, any one of these fighters can defeat the monster, But the mage has a specialty and he's able to defeat all oozes just by himself. So let's do that. We'll have the mage defeat all the ooze. And he goes to the graveyard. And the skeleton, we will have the fighter deal with him. So he will go to the graveyard. We're done. Still feeling a little lucky. Let's go with level 5. We take 5 dice. Hopefully we made the right decision here. I don't know. Let's see what we have. Okay, so we have 3 monsters and 2 potions. It would be great to use the potion because we're able to bring someone back. But we first need to deal with this. Let's see. My special ability, if I turn it sideways, allows me to defeat 2 monsters. So I can defeat 2. These 2 would be gone. Allows me to deal with 1. Let's have the champion defeat the ooze. He'll go here. I still have a scroll. Let's have the scroll drink both potions. And we will bring back 2 characters. We'll turn him into a thief. So that is done. We only have 2 characters. We used our one-time ability. It might be best now to leave the dungeon, because the scary thing is if we then move on to level 6, we would have to, even though we only have 5 dice, we roll only 5 dice. We wouldn't have to worry about adding another one. But I would have to deal with as many monsters that show up. And let's say we don't deal with that many monsters. Let's say we just roll some treasure chest, some potions. But if I were to get a dragon, it would then immediately go here, and I would need 3 different fighters to deal with that. Obviously, I don't have it. So let's stop pushing our luck here. We're going to end at level 5. We will take 1 experience token, which tells us we've reached level 5. Stop here. We reset everything. Even dragons that are in the lair, they then come out. And this is the point where if you had 2 or more players, they would then start their turn. They would have their character, whichever it may be. They would roll their character dice and start at level 1. If you were just playing solo, you would continue on with any experience that you've gained and go on to your second delve. If at any point during our delve we rolled a treasure chest, we could use any character to open that treasure chest. And if that was the case, we would then go into the box, which nicely looks like a treasure chest, and pull a treasure out. What kind of treasures can be found in there? Well, let's look. You can find a town portal, which collects experience equal to the current dungeon level, and escape the dungeon at any time. A Vorpal sword can be used as a fighter. Dragon bait transforms all remaining monsters into dragon faces. A talisman, which can be used as a cleric. Ring of invisibility, clear all dice from the dragon's lair. This does not count as defeating the dragon. Scepter of power can be used as a mage. A potion, revive 1 party die from the graveyard and choose its face. A thief, which can be used as a thief. A scroll, which can be used as a scroll, which once again allows us to re-roll any number of party dice and or dungeon dice. Or a dragon scale. Each pair of dragon scales is worth 2 additional experience at the end of the game. I did forget one thing. If you were to defeat the dragon, you would then also gain an extra experience point to add to your character. We did not do that since we didn't have to face the dragon, so we'll put that back. That is definitely something you should keep in mind. So what do we here at Condition Nerd think of Dungeon Roll? We think it's a really fun game. It's quick, lighthearted, fun for most ages. I would say starting at 8. It's definitely a good filler game. If you need to kill some time, this would be the game. Like I said earlier, it's about 10 minutes per person to play to go through all 3 delves. It travels well, and we definitely recommend it. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you next time.